Spawning in the top right hand corner of Ancient Cistern, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing Mystery Gaming. It is RagnaroK. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the American Terran representing Maturino Esports. It is Future. We have some StarCraft. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be beautiful. Yeah, we are diving on into this. And I'm pretty excited. Again, Future, he has a really unique style of TvZ. And I'm always waiting to be introduced to something different, to something special, to something out of the norm. Yeah, it's always a lot of fun trying to keep up with what he has to offer. Meanwhile, RagnaroK is going for a pool first opener. Interesting. I wonder if he wanted to try to blind counter the eBay first that Future has been going for recently. In this matchup, we've been seeing a lot of eBay first. But, no, yeah, he's going to be backing off. We do see RagnaroK is able to get his hatchery down on location. Everything is looking good. Responding to something, but yeah, so with this pool first, we'll see how aggressive RagnaroK's going to be. There we go, 4 Lings are on the way. I imagine with these 4 Lings, his goal here is to avoid the first Reaper and to get across the map to delay the CC. As we can see, Future is actually not going for a Reaper at all. He's going for a Marine first instead. His Marine is going to be staying back at home. Marines, I should say, with good enough control. I believe Future, can he deal with 4 Lings? It's going to be close. Definitely going to be close, especially depending on where the Marine is going to be. As we see, the Marine is going to try to shut down this first Overlord. Future, the problem is that he doesn't know. He doesn't know that he has to look out for these Lings. Second Marine is coming out. Lings are looking to intercept. Lings are arriving. Future, he does spot them in time. Is stutter stepping his heart out. 1 Ling does go down. Oh, we do get the second Ling, and it looks like Future, yeah, he does shut down the initial Lings. His CC will not be delayed, and Future is still attempting to hunt down that Overlord, but the Lings at least keep it alive. Well, meanwhile, that 1 Ling is here being a bit of a nuisance. Does force a second SCV towards the low ground as well. The damage is being done. Oh, it's okay. We have a bunker on the way. Oh, and the Ling sees the follow-up as well. Looking at the vision, the factory has been spotted, so now RagnaroK knows it's not... Oh, okay. RagnaroK knows it is not a 2-1-1. He knows, Bobby, he knows. Let's go. RagnaroK is aware. Behind this, we see it's a 1-1-1 opener. No faster TC, so much more aggressive at a Future. With this, he's going to have a delayed third, but he's going to have a faster starport. Are we going to see an add-on swap, or are we going to... Oh my... What? Okay. This is crazy. So, it's a 1-1-1. We don't add-on swap the factory with the racks, which means we have continued Marine production. No Hellions, by the way. But we're incorporating a couple of Widowmines. We're going for a medevac drop. Interesting. This is really out of left field. Oh my god. This is wild. This is looking like a 2-base all-in. So he's going to be going for a drop initially, but once again, still no third CC. Usually we would have one by now, even if it was a normal 1-1-1 opener, we would have a third. But there is no third. We throw down 2 more Raxes instead. So this is very aggressive coming out from Future. Meanwhile, across the map, he does finally catch that Overlord. Overlord is going to go down. Supply blocking RagnaroK. RagnaroK going for a safety Bailey Nest. Wise choice. Goes for the Bailey Nest before the lair. Queens are out. RagnaroK has been happily droning. He got his third base up and running. Drop is here, but again, it's not really about this drop. This drop is really just distracting, just getting a bit of damage done. A second Overlord goes down. Good positioning out of Future. Good mine shot going off as well. Overlord is diving in. This is a very important scout. Oh, Future is unable to deny the scout. And RagnaroK, he does get confirmation. Hold up. You don't have a third. So RagnaroK should be taking this very seriously. The Marines, they came out a little bit too late. Again, the reason why we were hunting down Overlords earlier was to deny the scouts, and we weren't able to. Future wasn't able to. Up, the mine is saved. Behind this, RagnaroK is going towards his lair. Because he saw the production line, he shouldn't drone up too much. We even have a Roach Warren on the way, which again is a very defensive unit, so Roaches can do very well defensively here against any kind of 2-base all-in from the Terran. Roaches, Ravagers. We're going to be saturating our third, and taking a fourth base I don't think is a bad thing to do for Larva, but we shouldn't be saturating it. I'd be surprised if RagnaroK drones up more than 66. I feel like 66 is like the max drone count you want to be going for right now. As here we go. The push is coming. This is going to be hitting with Stim. +1 should finish up in time for the attack as well. It's still like a good 30 seconds off. Combat shields is a longer ways off, but regardless, I think there's going to be multiple layers to this push. The first layer is here. Creep is being cleaned up, making it a little bit easier to engage. We can see RagnaroK immediately respraying that creep here on top of the ramp. Oh, and he's going for a counterattack as well. Do we have anything at home to defend? Right now, we don't. Reinforcements are about to get picked up. No, the tank! No! Tank is going to go down. A massive pickup here for RagnaroK. Very nicely done. That is going to really slow down this push. Ravagers have arrived. They only have to pile down one tank, and they go for it. Oof. Hot pickup. Very nice control. Future immediately unsieging. Saves the tank just barely. And now we have a third CC on the way. This is a very late third. I do feel like Future was looking for more damage, but after losing that one tank, it looks like he's realized that he can't quite end the game. So goes for a third base, throws down additional Raxes. His army comes back home. And yeah, this is a tough pill to swallow for Future. It means that RagnaroK, he's got his 3-base economy, he's working on a 4th, working on upgrades. Like, RagnaroK is sitting pretty. And Future needs to do something about it. Gonna rotate around instead. Ling's still trying to keep an eye on whether or not there's gonna be a third base. Tanks are back at home to defend. The goal here from Future is to try to deny a hatchery, but the Ravagers are in position. Can we get the base? Oh! We're going for the army instead. Biles there. Oh, gonna connect. Oh, that is a kill, not a cancel on the hatchery. A little bit of a mistake there from RagnaroK. At the same time, Liberators were in the main base. 10 drones went down. The Queens were distracted. RagnaroK was distracted. That was a good amount of damage. Now, it did cost Future 2 Liberators. I believe it was... Yeah, I believe 2 Liberators did go down in the main base. And he did take some Biles to the face as well. But hey, at least he did get a kill on that hatchery. Meanwhile, behind this, Infestation Bit's on the way. So RagnaroK, he's committing to Roach Ravager. So this should be for Infestors. As we've been watching actually, this Marine army can trade quite well against Roach Ravager. What this army of RagnaroK is lacking is splash damage, whether it's Banelings or Fungals. And I imagine we're going to be going for Fungals. RagnaroK with a massive armor supply is just diving on this army. Going for the surround, does force a pick off. We can see Future trying to force the army back home. Does force half the army to respect the drop, but the other half is headed towards the third base. And we don't have a lot to defend. We have a lot of tanks, but they're in the back line. They're a little bit too far back. The third base is exposed. Biles will be connecting. The first tank does go down. We do see Future is trying to pull the army within tank range, but the third base is going down. The mineral line as well. We have high ground vision. The tank falls. And the drop has to turn back around. Future, it was a risky move to go for the drop. Again, he was hoping that RagnaroK would pull everything back to defend, but he didn't. And as a result, Future is getting further and further behind. I mean, he was already in a rough spot after the failed 2-base all-in. And he was in the beginnings. He was in the beginnings of coming back in this game, of pulling himself back in, but just wasn't able to do so. Meanwhile, Hive is on the way. Baneling Nest as well. Looks like we are going into Roach Ravager Link Bane. We are not going for Infestors. Instead, the Infestation Bit was just used for the Hive. To be fair, we don't need Infestors. Not anymore. Not anymore. Future trying to keep his opponent busy, trying to trade as best he can. And he's going to get some queens. 2 queens, not too bad. 3. Almost 3 queens. Future pushing on the right hand side as well, but the Roaches and Ravagers, they were waiting for him. Tank already does go down. We do force a cancel here on the 5th base, but that's the 5th we're talking about. RagnaroK, he can afford to cancel one. He can afford to cancel a base. We see Future trying to flex his army control, trying to pull RagnaroK apart. Can he get another hatchery? Bailing speed is not quite done. Good dodges on the blast, good target firing as well. A lot of these Ravagers are going down. Future, he's gaining ground. Ugh, but here come the reinforcements. Here come the reinforcements. Future, with these tanks, he still isn't threatening a base yet. But you can see he's trying to cut RagnaroK away from his own 4th. Vipers have arrived. Blinding Clouds are thrown down. Without the support of the tanks, Future, he can't take a fight. Yeah, we can see he's just running out of steam. He's bleeding out too much. Future, this push was really impressive. He almost made it work. We just yoinked the link. But the tanks all go down. We have Roaches coming in to reinforce. The reinforcements should be enough here for RagnaroK. The defender's advantage is just too strong. The Marauders, they're actually trading quite well. But just a numbers game. God, Future is just not slowing down. He's not stopping. He knows how committed he is. Behind this, we have a Link counterattack as well. Vipers have regenerated their energy. Future is forced to back off. And as the dust settles, Future, I mean, he was trading well overall. He was trading well against the Lings and the Roaches. He did deny the 5th base for a while, but now it gets back up and running. Now RagnaroK can mine efficiently. He still has his Vipers as well. They all survived. They're all gathering up that energy once again. The drop play has been really impressive, but now with the Vipers, we can Parasitic Bomb. Can't deal with them. Oof. This Future does take some of those Banelings to the face. 4th base is being taken. If Future can get this up and running, then he's still in this. He is holding on. I say holding on. Actually, at this point, I would say that we've kind of recovered. I say kind of. Like, RagnaroK is maxed, and I worry that when he pushes out across the map, I don't think RagnaroK can be stopped. Like, Future, he's doing everything he can to make sure RagnaroK doesn't attack, but RagnaroK is now maxed out. Has his Vipers for those Blinding Clouds. Future, he's decently fortified here at his 3rd base. His 4th, not so much. His 4th, there's nothing here other than a planetary. RagnaroK, he's going for the 3rd. There we go. Blinding Clouds are thrown down. Link Bane is rolling on in as well. The tanks will all fall. Yeah, RagnaroK was finally able to commit to his push. You see Future just microing his heart out, keeping whatever he can alive. The Deepers are falling. The Banelings, they're rolling in. Not quite. SCVs are saved, so really impressive defense here by Future. He loses his natural base. He does have a good concave here, but the SCVs, no, they're getting caught out. Road Ravager is being cleaned up. We have a lot of Marauders for Future. Again, he's trading so well, but here comes a massive sea of Lings. GG gets called. And RagnaroK will take game number 1. GG. Ooh. G, well played. Congratulations to RagnaroK for taking that first game. Future, despite being all in, despite being behind in the economy for the entire game, he was fighting so well, trading so goddamn efficiently. It was crazy, Bob. It was crazy. GG. G, well played. We are getting into our next game. There was a moment there where I almost believed that Future could break RagnaroK. Almost, Buffy, almost. If only that second tank wasn't killed. If only. As we are getting into game number 2. Looks like we have another update. It looks like Nightmare did take down Classic 2-1, and Nightmare is waiting in the semifinals for the winner of this series, for the winner of RagnaroK versus Future. And here we go, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Gressfont. I'm gonna have to switch the names. God damn it. Of Gresson, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing Mystery Gaming. It is RagnaroK. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the American Terran player representing Maturino Esports. It is Future. Catching up in the chat. Broadcaster acting like Future and the push ain't working when it was. Kind of. So the push, he was trading well, but because he was pretty committed and because he was all in earlier, the push needed to do more. Maybe I should have emphasized that a little bit better, is that the push needed to do some economic damage, needed to break one of the hatcheries, needed to break a base, just because of the overall situation that Future had found himself in. So again, he was fighting well, he was trading well, but just because of how late his third was, it wasn't enough. Like, he needed to do more. So yeah, maybe I needed to express that a little bit better. So my apologies if I wasn't able to convey that. But yeah, again, Future was very committed with his attack. And now we're here in game number 2, going for the Beyond opener instead, going for a 2 racks. Let's go. Actually, what did Future open that game? No, he didn't go Reaper. He went for a 1-1-1 Marine first. Into a 2-base all-in. Or 2-base play. And now we do see something very different here. Oh, you love to see it. This is the Future build. So, Beyond opener in a way. The Beyond opener is to go for the 2 racks on the low ground and go into Reapers, but no, Future is going for Marines instead. Do love to see it. The Overlord is being hunted down. So this is something very unique to Future. I haven't seen another Terran player do this, actually. Going for the 2 racks and going mass Marine instead. As you can imagine, it's a little bit risky because you don't get any scouting information. If your opponent is going for a fast Baneling Nest or going for a Roach Warren, if they're going for an aggressive reaction to your low ground 2 racks, then Future won't know. He won't be able to figure it out. But we can see he's being very active with these Marines, looking for another Overlord if possible, even applying some pressure here to the 3rd. Very interesting, very risky move as well. Ling speed is about to kick in, and Future, he's making his way back home, but RagnaroK is looking to hunt him down. The Lings have arrived. We do get a full surround on all of these Marines. They are all gonna go down. Oof. Not the best start here for Future. Getting the first Overlord was really good. It was ambitious to look for the second, and I guess he had to scout for the third, but he does lose a lot of steam already. Not too much though, like he's still solid back at home. He's in no danger of dying, but he's working towards a 4-axe. So basically he's going Mass Marine. Mass Marine, he's going to be hitting a timing with Stim, and any Marine that he loses is going to hurt his push, just because of how committed this is. So we need to take care of our Marines, we need to preserve them, we need to hold on to them as best we can. Meanwhile, back at home, RagnaroK going for a safety Baneling Nest. Baneling Nest here sub 4 minutes is just in case a push like this were to happen. Because RagnaroK, he lost his first Overlord, he actually can't scout into the main. So he's got Diva. So he can't get confirmation that this is a 4-axe, but upon seeing all these Marines, he knows. So RagnaroK, he cuts drones at 38. He's making mass links to defend back at home. Baneling Nest should finish up in time. Again, it was very safe and very wise of RagnaroK to go for a Baneling Nest this early on, so he will have them to defend back at home. And because RagnaroK is cutting drones so early, he's not just going to be looking to shut down this push, he's looking to counterattack. RagnaroK's goal here is to clean up the Marines and have enough to go for a counterattack and break the natural. This is the weakness of a 4-axe, is that because you don't have any factory production, you don't have Widow Mines, you don't have tanks, you don't have Hellions either, Bane busts are very deadly. And here we go, RagnaroK, he's going for the surround, and he's going to be able to find it. How good is the target firing? So far, so good. Oh, but the Banelings do connect, or at least one of them. The second one does connect as well. Marines get cleaned up, and now it's time for the counterattack. Now it's time for the Bane bust. Future, does he realize what's going on? We need bunkers. We need a secondary wall. Again, just because it doesn't have factory production doesn't mean he's dead. He can wall off behind this. He can just secure his position, but he doesn't realize what's happening. He doesn't know he's being all in. Future, he is in the dark. He's pulling back to the main base, but this wall is going to go down, and the SCVs as well. Oh boy. Here we go. The Bane bust is upon us. Debo goes down. How good is the target firing? Once again, oh my god, every Baneling gets target fired. Future. Very nice control. Oh my god. Björn. is that you? With the death of every single one of those Banelings, the all-in has ended. Back at home, RagnaroK is droning. He is saturating his bases. We're working on a lair. RagnaroK is transitioning. But that was a very solid defense. And now I would say that Future is in a better position. Future, he's got his tanks on the way. He's working on +1. He has weathered the storm. And sure, his initial push didn't do any damage, but it kind of did. The initial 4-axe push, it forced RagnaroK to cut workers. So even though Future didn't kill any workers, even though he didn't kill any drones, you can see that the SCV count and the worker count are pretty comparable. I would say that Future's ahead economically. We have a third CC on the way, so he's not going for an all-in. He is thinking further ahead. So RagnaroK, he made his own decision, of course, to cut workers, to be so aggressive with the Ling Bane, and it didn't pay off. It needed to do more damage here at the natural base. Needed to do more. As Future's pushing out with his own counterattack. Oh, the lair is delayed. And that means that there's no Baneling speed. The lair is done. Still no Baneling speed on the way for RagnaroK. He's just morphing in as many Banelings as he can to defend. Slow Banes, though. Will they find any connections? We saw how good the target firing was earlier from Future. As RagnaroK, he's looking to cut off any reinforcements. He's going for a counterattack, but the wall is a wall. Fourth base is cancelled. And again, so far we're trading quite well. Future is taking the slow once again. Good target firing. Takes down 2 of those Banelings. Now the question becomes, is Future going to try to push on forward and try to take down the Baneling Nest, or does he turn back home? It's catching another Overlord. Not too bad. Does spot all the Lings. But that won't stop Future. Overlord does go down. Third base is being taken. Baneling speed is on the way. I feel like Future, he needs to either get out of here or Get out of here. Loki stays. I mean, the larger this army is becoming, RagnaroK is getting ready for a surround. Reinforcements are on the way for future. I'm worried. Bailing's speed is about to finish up. There are only 2 tanks. I mean, sure, future he's denying a base, but RagnaroK is expanding towards the north instead. And thankfully... oh no, there's not enough room! Okay. Thankfully, we go for the load. We're going into the main, actually. Oh my god, future! He does not go back home. Goes all the way into the main base. Does run into the army. And he will lose a tank. Will lose the second tank. He may lose the second tank as well. At the same time, the reinforcements are pushing on out, going for the 4th base, but he's being caught unsieged. No! Future! The surround is real. There are no medevacs. He will be losing everything. Second army goes down. There are no Bailings back at home, so the Marines are trading very well. Even though his reinforcements got cleaned up, future, he's gaining ground. He's getting on top of the mineral line, getting on top of the drones, but the Bailings, they've arrived. Future, he only got 2 workers. He's getting a couple more. He's looking to get a couple more. But yeah, oh god. It looks like he has done enough. GG gets called, and future takes game number 2. We have an ace match. We have a game 3. Whew. Oh my god. Again, RagnaroK in a really rough position after the failed Bailing bust. Did end up catching half of the army of future, but we saw how well the drop was trading. He got the Evo chamber, denied mining at the natural, killed so many lings, and RagnaroK just didn't have much else. Ooh, GG. We have an ace match. We have a game 3. Oh, we'll get Enki in here. Just letting the casters know the score. As we are being joined by Into the Inu. Being joined by a Korean caster. Let's go. The Korean caster. I haven't seen Maddox in a while. I know Maddox has been going through a lot. He's been going through a lot. He's another Korean caster. Let's go. Disrespect in the chat. Hello, Papi. Hello. When are you playing in a KSL, Papi? When are you playing? We need more disrespect in our lives. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing Mystery Gaming. Being forced here into the ace match after having a good start in this series, it is RagnaroK. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the American Terran player representing Matcherino Esports, tying up the series 1-1 in that last game. It is Future. Here we go. Interesting, RagnaroK going for a 15 hatch. This is what this is what I love about the ZV Future meta. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure RagnaroK is going for a 15 hatch because Future he eBay blocks in TvZ. We've seen a Future mix in a lot of eBay blocks in this matchup. Engineering Bay like blocks here at the natural. So Future, sorry. So RagnaroK he goes for a 15 hatch, which is typically reserved for ZVP to make sure you get your natural up and running. I love it. I'm loving the mind games. We do get our spawning pool up and running as well. The future is here, old man. You're an animal, Emperor people. You keep calling all these players old. They're not old. They're still young, papi. Copium. Este Emperor people. They're young. They're full of life. Beautiful. How old is RagnaroK? He's like 26? It's fine. It's fine. It's cool. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're not old. It's we're young. You're playing StarCraft, you're old. Smooch. Eva's like 14. What are you talking about? Eba is literally 14. Eba. As we are getting ready for our Rax expand. This time Future does go for the Reaper. He's going to be scouting across the map. Meanwhile, RagnaroK with this 15-15 opener, he has made, a decent amount of links. He's going to be avoiding the Reaper, going across the map. And Future, I don't think he's fully aware of what's going on. CC on the low ground is going to be delayed. The links are getting here just in time. Marines have arrived, but there are only 2 of them, and we have plenty of links to deal with them. SCV is taken out. Boys are being pulled. And we should eventually regain control of the natural base. Up. As I say that, another big delay. As the Marine goes down, the SCV goes down as well. CC is so late. Not just that, but RagnaroK also got a free scout. He confirmed that it was a 1-1-1 opener. He saw the starport. Didn't see the add-on swap, but for the most part, RagnaroK did so much with this push, and he's going for 2-base lair. Oh my god. Okay. Roach Warren is thrown down. RagnaroK. Bappy. Oh my god. I don't know how I feel about this. So you saw the 1-1-1, and it's going to be a Banshee opener, or it should be a Banshee opener. There we go. So the starport does overshoot the tech lab a little bit. But Banshee should be upon us, and they're going to work so well against any kind of roaches coming out from the Zerg player. To be fair, the last time Future went for a 1-1-1 opener this series, it was in game 1, and that was when he went for a medevac drop, right? He went for a Marine Widowmine medevac drop instead, so it's not obvious that Future is going for something like this. His Hellion does scout, does confirm the 3rd base. Roach speed is on the way. Hellions are moving out. Can Future recognize what's going on? Can he get behind the mineral line? Can he get behind these queens? The answer, it's going to be difficult. We have a wall of queens. RagnaroK going to be doing the best he can to deny any kind of scout. Roaches are banking up back at home. Overseer dives in. He gets eyes on the production, on the researching Banshee as well. Upon seeing the Banshee, RagnaroK does make a drone. He's making spores. He's getting ready to defend. Roaches are revealed. And the Banshee is here. So it looks like RagnaroK, yeah, he's droning, yeah. Oh, never mind. He's droning a little bit, but we're going for some drop lords. Overlord speed is on the way. It's about to kick in. And we're gonna be pushing out not just with roaches, but also with queens. Now, is this gonna be spotted? We are being active with these Hellions. Future, is he gonna come across the drop? It looks like he barely will miss this. Oh, he sees a roach. He at least sees a roach. He sees the rest of the roaches as well. He caught a glimpse of the overlords, and yeah, we do see RagnaroK is being forced back. Or he's being forced to delay his push. As he's rotating back around, we can see Future getting ready back at home. We have a bunker on the way. Tank in production as well. Is this going to be enough? How many Banshees do we have? We have 2. And these Banshees are putting in a lot of work. But the Queens, they're looking to camp the production. Queens have arrived. We have roaches at the natural, queens in the main. A tank comes out, but the tank is being targeted down. Instantly, it goes down. Without the tank sieging, I don't think we can defend against this. Banshees are doing what they can. Boys are being pulled. A lot of SCVs are going down. Enough to already make this worthwhile. And there are just too many roaches. And Future was able to spot this in the center of the map, but just a little bit too late. As 44 SCVs have gone down. Almost there. We're down to 3 workers. We are down to 3 workers remaining for Future. Tank has arrived. We're muling. Oh, Here we go. Now, mules are pretty good. Don't get me wrong. Mules they're amazing. They're not that good, though. We have 3 CCs, triple mule production, triple SCV production. There's a lot of power here. Oh, no. We'd even contaminate the CC. Oh, my God. There's a lot of power in 3CC, don't get me wrong. Are we going to contaminate the other CC as well? No shot. GG gets called. And RagnaroK will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the semifinals. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations. Congratulations to RagnaroK for taking the series. Oh boy, it was pretty intense, pretty back and forth. And I hope that Future isn't feeling too bad about this. I mean, Future, he has taken down RagnaroK in the past. He has beaten him before. It was in the Africa Champions Cup qualifiers a couple of weeks ago. Here, he even forced the ace match as well. Went all the way to Game 3 against RagnaroK. So really impressive stuff. Did fall in the end, but GG. GG, well played to Future. Congratulations to RagnaroK as he advances on into the next round, where it looks like we have everything lined up for us. Everything's lined up.